What's going on, everybody? It's Zach here. Today is February 14th, 2025. It was a very cold day in the 20s, and it's been pretty rainy the past few days, so it's pretty wet out there as well. This is Jay, a friend of the channel. He joined me in our session today. He's a very secretive man, so I didn't record any of his sets in there, but you can see I'm talking to him here, so...
Yeah, thanks, Zach, for having me on the channel today.
Yeah, no problem, man. So we're starting off here with our warm-up on these here deficit sumo deadlifts. Got 65 pounds on there. Just getting everything warmed up and ready to go. Let's see, what notes do we have here on these bad boys? So, actually, we'll get into that here in a minute, but for now... we're going to look at me warm up. So what'd you think overall of the session?
Solid session.
Yeah?
Yeah, still feeling sore. Felt like I got a good workout in.
Yeah, we went to a little coffee shop after, going up the stairs, you know. It lets you know how it felt.
Yeah, it's a good reminder of a nice workout.
So it was a good time this morning.
Yeah.
Doing a bajillion reps to get warmed up. I usually do like 10 to 12, something like that. And this is a super lightweight, so... nothing too crazy, but I think you were sweating too, after
definitely.
the first warm-up set there. But I guess we can go ahead and get into markers of hypertrophy stimulus here. So I would say for me, the main ones I've been feeling today are the hip flexors, upper glute especially, and then quads, of course, from the body weight squats at the end. Just finished them off. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Zach. Yeah, I think for me it was like the hip flexors was like probably my most limiting muscle group. And then, now I think I'm kind of feeling more of that workout in the upper glute for sure. I definitely was feeling that. That was a good portion of the workout.
Nice. Yeah, it was a pretty toasty one. So, I think that was a 25 we loaded on there. So we're doing our second warm-up set here. You can see the mysterious stranger in the back. Okay, yeah, we're popping on the 35, so it's 115. This is the working load here. Just doing a little potentiation set. Just 2 reps there just to feel it out. One of the things I kept forgetting to do was I like to set up from the bottom on these. Did I tell you that?
As
Okay.
we're going, you mentioned that one.
I wasn't sure if I had mentioned
the form portion too.
Yes, you can see I'm doing it here. So this is the first working set. And that was one of the things that it helps me get into a lot better position because you can kind of shift your feet around under you, like move your heels in more or move your toes out more or something like that. Or if your feet are a little too far out for your arms to come down comfortably, it gives you a good opportunity at the beginning to set up your position so you can get maximal stimulus on the target muscles, which clearly for us are the hip flexors on this exercise.
Yeah, that's definitely the key one for me.
It's just it's pretty epic, actually.
I was doing some practice. Because this was my first time doing it. So Zach was teaching me the form. Solid teacher, because I felt like comfortable after even the first warm up. I was like, all right, this feels good.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's proven to be. I think this is my first time ever using it as like a hypertrophy exercise. I'm pretty sure we had these programmed in high school for powerlifting. We did these as like a variation of the deadlift. And I think you have a pretty long history of doing high bar back squat, right?
Yeah. That's why I didn't realize until this one how that was such like a limiting muscle group for me was the hip flexors. I think typically like my quads and glutes and hammies get, pretty torn up a bit more with squats. But this one really emphasizes some of that. The weaker muscle group for me, where I was like, okay, let me see where this is, and it really pointed that out.
Yeah, definitely. I was noticing the same thing. So working through the sets here, we're still only doing. We got the volume low because it's still the first week of the accumulation here. Doing 2 sets of these deadlifts, and performance-wise, we don't have any comparisons for Jay, but I got 11 and 9 in our last session on the 10th, and then we also got 11 and 9 here on this one. So carrying over, it still felt about 3 RAR. Sometimes it's a little hard on exercises like this, but for sure let's see. I don't know. Do you know how many I've done so far? I think it was like 4, maybe 5, something like that.
Yeah,
I kind of want to watch and see. Let's look at my form a little bit and see how I'm looking here. So eccentric, going a little bit quick. I was tending to, which is fine. I was tending to slow down a little bit in the bottom half, which is that's really the part you want to slow down at, because the whole idea with the slow eccentrics is that the tension under the stretch is more hypertrophic. So it's a decent way I'm doing it. It might behoove me maybe just slowing down that top half too, but I don't know. Maybe I can play around with it and see how it feels. I wish I should have recorded your set so that we could look at it. I wasn't sure if we were gonna be.
No. Now that I'm looking at yours, I'm like, oh, this would be kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, because that's something I like to do is review the footage and see what the form looks like. If there's any adjustments I can make, or if something's feeling uncomfortable or nagging at me, then I might watch it and be like, oh, I wonder if, because my leg's all jank right there, maybe that's what's causing me some pain here. So then try to fix it. But yeah, actually, and speaking of jank, I think if this is the warm-up set, these were hurting my knee substantially. And then I made that same cue I've had to do in the past, which I don't know. I guess I just forgot about it. Maybe I was hyped up to the deadlifts or something, but I forgot to apply that constant pressure on the top of my foot. And so it was kind of feeling a little weird on my knee. I noticed when you let off the slack on this exercise, like if you come up, like in the bottom here, if I were to just relax into my feet, sometimes I get a little knee pain doing that, or on the top if I totally relax at 90 degrees, and then when I start dropping back into it, I think it's called the amortization phase. It's usually a term used in plyometrics where like you're generating the force to jump, that like reversal between like static to like dynamically creating force and then jumping. That's the like reversal out of it's similar to the reversal out of the eccentric here. Gotcha. So if you let off the load, I'm not even sure if you could let off the load doing a jump, but for sure doing these, if you rest at the bottom or rest at the top, I've noticed I get a little more knee pain. And you said was this your first time doing these?
Yeah, this is my first time also
damn.
for these. Yeah.
Oh, bro, tomorrow you're probably gonna be feeling a certain type of way, dude. Wow. So how are these for you?
I'd say for me, probably since it was the first time doing the reverse Nordics, I would say like when they're under constant tension, like I really felt like a solid burn going that whole time. And I would say the towel underneath my ankles helped kind of ease it. I might have had like a slightly different knee angle on mine, so I'm wondering maybe if that was why mine didn't get as much of that pressure. But I think the towel for me helped a lot. That was like a nice addition there, because it switched up my foot angle, and then my when I was leaning back, I didn't have too much pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So the constant tension cue was beneficial for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And then having the towel.
Yeah, because I remember my first set. I think I like went all the way up, and then you're like, oh yeah, when you go slower and have the constant tension, and I was like, whoa, this is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really felt
like
it after that.
If you notice you're not doing it and you catch it and you start doing it, you're like,
damn. I was like, oh, this is a difference.
Maybe that's why. That's why I find myself not doing it at the start, because I know it hurts really bad, and my brain's like, just don't do it that way this time.
I bet. I mean, I was glad I only did the 2 sets. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, and the performance-wise on here, I got 14 and 12 last session, and then I got 13 and 11 here, and I think the reason I did that is because I remembered that cue, and it could have been that perhaps I'm dialing in the form of the deadlifts a little bit, but either way, it still felt like it was about 3 RIR or so. Performance is going to change, plus or minus a little bit, depending on the day. We also woke up a little bit early for this session, so it might have had something to do with that. So I had only. Did you eat anything before?
No. We kind of like woke up and hopped right into the workout.
Yeah, I had a mandarin orange when I woke up.
Little energy
just snacked on that a little bit, but because I usually don't like working out, and especially taking a pre-workout. I don't like to do that on an empty stomach, so I was like, I'm gonna get something in me.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're moving on over here to, if you guys saw the previous video, you'll know that we're we decided to drop the high bar back squat in favor of doing body weight squats, and that's just because that high bar back squat just felt like dog crap. It was terrible. Felt really bad, and then like I didn't feel any target muscles. I didn't tension in them. I didn't feel any burn. It just like the joints felt uncomfortable, and then I felt weak, basically. Was all I got out of it. So I was like, well, let's not do that again. And then so I went ahead and swapped them out with the bodyweight squats here, and it worked out wonderfully because I don't know about you, but like my posterior chain after those two, especially after the sumos, was shot. And then after those Nordics, my quads were mostly shot. And this basically, like, it was the icing on the cake for me. It just finished the whole workout, fried the rest of the legs, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like such a good way to close out the workout because I was just like completely destroyed after. I was like, yeah, this is like what made it feel like a good closer.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
it was good.
Yeah. I mean, super basic exercise. And one of the things I want to note is that we only did one, weighted or loaded exercise. Technically, on all of these, your body weight is still weight. It's still being pulled by gravity, and so your muscles are having to work against that weight. But as far as additional load, it was just the weighted deadlifts and then 2 body weight exercises. And I'm telling you guys, my legs are fried. You don't need like super crazy setups or anything like that. You can get a really great session even off something as simple as a 3 exercise minimal equipment workout like this. So yeah, really appreciate you joining me for the video, and I'm cranking out the last 12 reps here, the second set, and yeah, I think we're gonna got a little wobble there.
Yeah,
I threw that
that was definitely mine too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to forget about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Jay's gonna be with me tomorrow for the push session, so
Yeah.
see y'all later.